I'm back today with another video. I have a few things going on today. First, I have some stale rolls that someone gave me. They weren't stale when they gave them to me, but they're stale now because they sat out on the counter and someone left the bag open. But what I've done with them is I've cubed them up, about that big, drizzled just with a little bit of olive oil so they don't stick, and some salt and pepper. They're in the oven at 425 for about 20 minutes. When they come out, I'm hoping that they're going to be dry enough I can grind them in my food processor or mixer into breadcrumbs. Again, I'll check at 20 minutes to see if they're dry and crispy enough. And then I do have something else going on. I'm making dinner rolls. I made them last week and they were the best rolls we've ever had. And so I'm going to show you how I do it. I got the recipe from Candy over at Tubs of Love, and she gave me permission to make this video and share the recipe. She has it in one of her videos if you want to go look it up. I'll see if I can link it. But I'm going to make a double batch, which I haven't done before. I wanted to make it first before I make a video on how to make it, just so that I know what I'm dealing with and how it goes. But it was really easy and it was really, really good. So I'm gonna make some to go with dinner tonight, and then that extra batch will be for sandwiches. So in my bread maker pan, I have 2 eggs so far. I've got my recipe written down here of her video, but I'll put it up in a bit. I'm doubling it, so I need 2 eggs. I need half a cup of warm water. So half a cup of warm water. And double of 7/8 cup of milk. Milk's empty, teenagers. So now I have to fill it. For all you American friends, this is milk in Canada. And someone absconded with my milk bag cutter, so I have to find a pair of scissors. Okay, my hair's a mess. I just had 4 inches cut off, but then I just got out of the shower, so it's a little wild. So, yeah, half a dribble is all that's left. Thanks, guys. So. First 7/8. I'm using a 1 cup measuring cup, but eyeballing it. It's probably not the most accurate, but I've learned to eyeball things pretty well. My second 7/8. What's next? Half a cup of butter. That's doubled from a 1/4 cup. 2 tablespoons of sugar doubled, so 4 tablespoons. 1 teaspoon of salt doubled, so 2 teaspoons of salt. I need 2 3/4 cup flour, so doubled, that's 5 1/2 cups. Flour bucket. I'm just using all-purpose unbleached flour. I hope I'm not making a huge mistake by doing a double batch in the bread maker. Like, I hope it doesn't rise too big and not have enough room. It is just dough, so it's not going to bake in there, but I just hope it works. 5. Ooh, I almost missed that last half a cup. 2 3/4, 2 3/4, 5 1/2. There. So once I have my flour, I don't know if I can show you here. I kind of wiggle it and tap it on the counter a few times so that it settles and it levels itself out. And then with my finger, I make a little well in the center, like just a little divot. That's where my yeast is gonna go, because we want the yeast to stay separate from the salt. So the salt is underneath the flour, the yeast is above it. So hopefully they don't cancel each other out, because yeast needs sugar to activate and salt will kill that activation. So we're trying to keep it separate. So the well is there. I'm gonna put my yeast in, which is 4 teaspoons, and then I'll show you. So there is the bread pan. It's got a well in the middle with the yeast. I'm gonna put that on the dough setting in my bread maker, and it's gonna go for an hour and a half. And then I'll check it when it starts and when that thing is spinning in there, the little paddle foot that's on the bottom, to make sure that the dough comes together well, because what I want it to do is to bind itself together but not be sticky. I'll show you what I mean when it's going, but there it is so far, and I'll show you once it goes into the machine. So it's going now, but it's not quite ready to be formed into a ball yet, but I'll show you that in just a minute when it's a little closer. So I can see that it's starting to come together, but it needs a little more flour. See, it's too sticky right now, so I'm gonna add a little bit of flour at a time until it gets to the consistency I want. Just gonna sprinkle a little bit. See how it does. Gotta scrape the edges here. Okay, let's take... I know my stove is dirty, I gotta clean it. I think they're crispy enough. Yeah, they're gonna crumble good. So I turn the oven off. Boom. Let's see how the dough is. So it's better, but it's still a little sticky, so I want to add just a tad more. Scraping the edges. To do it one-handed. Get the little bits of flour out of the corners. Do I want to add more? No, I'm not going to add more. See, it's not sticking to the bottom anymore, and it's not dusty. So I think I've got it just right. I'm going to close the lid and let it go for a while. I'll show you when the cycle's done. So the dough is resting now. It has half an hour left on the program. And then I will put it out on my pastry mat, which I just washed. And then I'm going to divide it up and I'll let it rise again for an hour before I bake it. So the dough is done. I'm going to pour it out onto my mat. I'm going to put some flour on there, and then I'm going to shape it and let it rise. I'm using a technique to shape these that Candy showed in her video, and it works really, really good, and it's so simple. I never thought of doing it this way, but it works. It takes a little bit of practice though. Not the best, but hi, Cora. Hi. Sorry I got the message late. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm making bread. Bread to go with dinner. I haven't decided. Yeah. It's been the whole day. That's an eternity for it to. Do you want to shape one of these? Yeah, let's do it.
Bread smells so sweet.
I'm doing some dinner rolls, and then I'm going to do some bigger buns for, maybe that's what we'll have for supper, is just sandwiches on fresh bread. What do you think? I'll get some of that salami out. Maybe. Dry?
I was just gonna wipe it on my pants, but then I was like, oh, that's okay. I've been wiping their thing on my pants.
Ew. Tech class? Or woodworking?
Not a lot, I just did a few little of those.
So look. Just get a blob. Nope, that's a big one. Put that one back. We're doing other ones. You just kind of move it around a little, get the feel for it over top of the thing because there's flour. Make a circle with your fingers. And gather the edges and start, like you want a smooth, flat surface to put your fingers over. Not too tough, just real gently, real gentle. Have it all. Nice. You can try again. Look, it's soft, right? This is a little bigger. You kind of just, you're gathering the pieces here, and you're kind of just getting them all together. Squeeze it first. You want a smooth surface without any seams. Yeah. Get that circle. Gently. You can reposition your finger. That one's even better than the last one, see?
How do I make the bottom?
You don't have to leave your finger where it is. Because as you're tucking it in, as you're tucking it in, it's kind of, then you just kind of do, look. Yeah. Leave the bubble, it makes really pretty light for the bread.
It's not that bad. Like that, is that good? Is this a big one?
These are the big ones. Just kind of, just carry it.
I just want to find a nice smooth area.
You can make it smooth. Like there's bubbles. Nice and for bread. And just by that when the dough moves, sometimes a little bubble will. You have to twist it.
I know, but it makes it smoother.
You're squeezing too tight. Let your fingers be more roundly open. See? And you just kind of. There's one. I kind of want to make like a. We have chicken. Dad said I could make an Alfredo for me, but I was thinking about I didn't want to do it. Loosen your fingers a little.
Okay.
You've got them now. Loosen. Your fingers don't have to touch. See, it's in a nice fluffy ball. Just what? I'm trying to show you the way to do it. You have to be teachable.
Because when I leave my fingers open, that's what creates the weird spot. So when I just close them a bit, it's still weird.
It's the same recipe we had last week. It's so easy.
It's cool.
Right.
It's cool like 2 or 3 times.
It sounds like a mouse, but it's just the bread. Do you want to do the last one? Oh, that's awesome. That's a good scene. And a bubble.
Oh, there's so many.
That was a good spot. Excuse me. This dough is so soft. These will make like hamburger buns, hot dog buns, Kaiser buns, sandwich buns, cinnamon buns. Have a bowl of cereal, then you don't have to cook anything. here's the little ones. I have 16 of them. And here's the big ones. There's 8. I didn't divide them a second time. So these would have been these if I had split them one more time. But I did some bigger ones for sandwiches and some smaller ones for dinner rolls. So now that they've risen for an hour in a warm place, I'm gonna bake them for 8 or 9 minutes in a 350-degree oven. So the rolls just came out of the oven. Here are the little ones. And then here are the bigger ones. They didn't get as big as I anticipated, but they are bigger than the little ones. Now they went in for 8 minutes, and then I had to put them in for, I think, 3 more minutes just to make sure that they were done. And they're super tender right now. I'm gonna leave them and let them cool, and then we'll have them with supper. So here are the cut up multi-grain focaccia buns. I drizzled them with salt and pepper and olive oil, and they went into the oven. And here they are after they came out. They got nice and golden, and then I put them in my Ninja food processor in batches, and I blended them up, and I got just over 6 cups worth of breadcrumbs for free.